the y function of x1 comma x2. So now this is a slightly complex formula. So if you have studied your statistics, then it will be simple, but otherwise, okay, anyway, we'll explain. So standard uncertainty of y will be C1 into standard uncertainty of x1 whole square plus C2 into standard uncertainty of x2 whole square whole raised to half, or square root of the whole thing. So that will be the standard uncertainty of phi. So this is the root of sum of squares. So this is the RSS method. Okay, don't mix up with the organization. So root sum of squares method to determine the combined standard uncertainty. So what is C1? So previously we took, there was only one variable, so the square root and the square got cancelled out, so it was C into U. So now C1 is, earlier it was simply derivative, but since there are two variables, C1 will be the partial derivative of f with respect to x1 is same. So C1 is coefficient of sensitivity of the to the first variable, and C2 is coefficient of sensitivity to the sensitivity of y to the second variable, 2. Okay, so this is the meaning of C1 and C2. So now we have to use partial derivatives also. I think you would have studied it in your calculus course, all this. But only now the terminology is different. There they might have told this is error of x, etc. So instead now it is standard uncertainty of x1, standard uncertainty of x2, sensitivity to x1, sensitivity to x2 of y. Okay, so now let us apply it to a problem. So the radius and height of a cylinder have been measured to be 100 mm and 200 mm with standard uncertainties of 0.6 mm and 0.8 mm respectively. Determine the standard uncertainty in the volume of the cylinder. Assume that the measurements are independent. So what is volume of cylinder? V equal to pi r square h. So radius and height are the two input quantities. So radius is 100 mm, height is 200 mm. Standard uncertainty of radius is 0.6 mm. Standard uncertainty of 200 mm. Standard uncertainty of the height is 0.8 mm. So standard uncertainties are given. Of course, if instead of standard uncertainties, expanded uncertainties are given, then we will have to convert into standard uncertainty using the previous class approach. We have to divide by the appropriate divisor. So we have to determine the standard uncertainty in the volume of the cylinder. So this is also what you have learned in calculus, except that we are calling it standard uncertainty. Instead of error in volume, it will be standard uncertainty in volume. So volume equal to pi r square h, you can calculate easily. Now partial derivative of volume with respect to radius is 2 pi r h is so and so. Then what is next? Then coefficient of sensitivity with respect to height. Ch is equal to partial derivative of d over v by d over h is equal to pi r square, and that is equal to pi into 100 to 100. So we have got the two sensitivities. Now we have to use the RSS formula and determine the combined standard uncertainty in volume. So okay, so first again there is another notation. Uncertainty of volume due to radius is denoted by this is equal to CR into standard uncertainty of R, U of R. This means coefficient of sensitivity with respect to radius into U of R is standard uncertainty of radius. So these two terms we have got. So this is another notation, uncertainty of volume due to radius. Okay. So we determine this. Similarly, uncertainty of volume due to height is CH into standard uncertainty of H. Okay. So only the notation you have to get familiarized. So please go through the material. Please see the book by Kirkup. Please see the GUM. Of course, better explanation is given the UKAS M3003. Okay, so please spend some effort understanding this. This chapter is very important. So because all the next few classes, so we will be studying multivariables and long problems where we determine practical situations. Okay. So Irshad Ibrahim is always interested in practicals, he was told. So please learn the full steps, then only you can do practical problems. So otherwise book problems are easy. Real situation, because nothing is given. You have to determine the uncertainty of each source and then determine the uncertainty of the result. So next, combined standard uncertainty in volume will be root of sum of squares of these two, which is 79476.7 millimeter cube. Okay, so units are important. Standard uncertainties have unit. Combined standard uncertainty also, there is a unit. If the measurement result has a unit, because the measurement result is a Mach number, then there won't be any unit for uncertainty also. Otherwise, there will be a unit for both standard uncertainty and combined standard uncertainty. The same problem you can do using numerical approach also, very similar, except the last step. So y equal to f of x1, x2. So first sensitivity to the first variable is determined using y1 plus if f of x1 plus standard uncertainty of x1 comma x2. So x you increase by its standard uncertainty, x2 you keep same. So that is a partial derivative. So we are numerically determining the partial derivatives. Similarly, y1 minus is f of x1 minus standard uncertainty of x1. x2 you keep same value. So you calculate these two quantities. Then y1 plus minus y1 minus by 2 will be the uncertainty of y due to the first input quantity. So remember the subscript notation. So here uncertainty of y due to the first y. Small u means standard uncertainty. So this is standard uncertainty of y due to the first input quantity. So y1 plus minus y1 minus by 2. So this is the average of the changes in y due to a change in x1. So just like the first single variable case. So this is the uncertainty due to influence x1. Similarly, uncertainty of y due to influence x2. So y2 plus is equal to f of x1, x2 plus standard uncertainty of x2. y2 minus is f of x1, x2 minus standard uncertainty of x2. Standard uncertainty of y due to the second input variable is y2 plus minus y2 minus by 2. Average of the changes in y due to a change in x2. This is the uncertainty due to influence x2. Okay, so now we have got uncertainty of y due to the first variable, uncertainty of y due to the second variable. Now the combined standard uncertainty will be root sum of squares of the two uncertainties. So combined standard uncertainty of y is equal to uncertainty of y due to the first variable squared plus uncertainty of y due to the second variable squared whole raised to half, root of sum of squares of these two quantities. Okay, so that is now we will apply it. So a simple tabular approach is very convenient. So you write here all the variables one by one. So radius, height, we calculate v. So radius was initially 100, height is 200. We calculate volume is pi r square h. Now we have a column for standard uncertainties. Standard uncertainty of radius. This is not required. This is only for understanding. So standard uncertainty radius is 0.6. Standard uncertainty of height is 0.8. Then r we increase by its standard uncertainty. So first we increase r by its standard uncertainty. So 100 plus 0.6 is r plus. Then keep height same. Height is 200. Then determine volume with these two combination. That will be one number. And similarly, reduce R by standard uncertainty, 100 minus 0.6, 99.4. Keep height same, find volume. So this minus this by 2 is the uncertainty in volume due to radius. Similarly, height, first row, you keep height same as 100, not say, height, radius same as 100, and then height 200 plus standard uncertainty of height 200 plus 0.8, then 200 minus 0.8, 199.2. So standard uncertainty of volume due to height is this volume minus this volume by 2. So now we have got the two standard uncertainties due to radius and height. So we combine them using root sum of squares rule and determine the combined standard uncertainty in volume. Okay, so in class I would have made you do it and checked whether you are able to follow. So now that is not possible. So please ask if you have any doubt. So calculus approach, I'm sure you would have done in school. But numerical approach, I don't know whether you have done or not. So please learn both, because for complex functions, and if you have access to a computer, so you can do this in Excel easily. If you make a table like this in Excel, you can do the calculations easily. Okay, so learn Excel also. So learning Excel, PowerPoint, Word is compulsory. Not only CAD is enough, you have to learn all this also. These are all very basic tools nowadays. Okay, so if you want to, when you go to work in any organization, you have to use all these. You have to prepare presentations, you have to write letters using Word, and you have to do calculations using Excel. Okay, so this course will introduce you to complex calculations using Excel. Okay, so any question?